Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back to the eastern wing of the Stink Bug Works. I'm sorting out all the prizes and such for the 2S challenge, and I have his address, I have his address, and I have his address, but I don't have SRC's address. And I think SRC is having a hard time finding my address, and I'm having a hard time finding his. So my address is down in the corner. Can you see right here where I'm pointing? Right down there. Right down there, it'll say description, and it'll say Dr. Jet does something. And then further on in the description, there'll be more, and it'll have the little word more. And if you click on more, that whole little panel expands to have everything in there. My email will be in there somewhere. I'll try to put it up on the top where you don't have to click on more to see it. But send me your mailing address so I can get your jet boat out to you. Gotta get your jet. Anyway, one of the things Kobe and I talked about was upcoming hulls, and then we started talking about the motors that we'd put in, and one thing led to another, and he said, oh yeah, I'd like to build a little 12-inch long rigger. And I'm thinking, I know several people on this planet that had or still have a 12-inch rigger. Big B is one of them. That's how Big B and I got to be better friends, is he entered one of my very first challenges, and it involved a little tiny boat. And I think we set up a 50-foot course, something really small. Anyway, here is my 12-inch rigger. I don't know if many of you remember this. This was from the early days, but there's my 12-inch rigger with a battery in it. With a battery, this thing weighs like 200 and some odd grams. Empty, it's like 112 grams, and the battery is like 90 grams. So there it is, my little tiny. That was it. You had to have a 2030 motor. I limited you to this little tiny motor, and you had to build the fastest boat you could out of this little tiny motor, and this was my entry. And I put a little tiny servo in here and drove a cable on the outside to a rudder here, and it actually worked. It worked really well. This thing's a little rocket. So there was my 12-inch 2030 powered boat. I think I said you had to make it out of wood. So it had to be a 2030 motor and made out of wood. There you go. So that was my little rigger, my little tiny rigger. Another one I did, which caught some attention, but never really caught on, because I was having a problem with motors. And the problem was finding a motor that would work. And then as soon as I found them, I go, oh, great, I found them. What do you mean they're out of production? So then I finally found another motor. And motors are like cars or boats or anything like that. If you don't get this year's model, it's not going to be available next year. There'll be something similar, but you won't be able to get the same one. Anyhow, I like to have my boats in cases for easy transport, easy storage. There. This, and I'm sure some of you will recognize this. Some of you will go, what? This was another Dr. Jet challenge. This was make something out of foam, and so I made a little single step hydroplane, and the ticket was this little motor. Now get a load of this. It's a little 18 amp speed control, and this little tiny, what is it? It's a, I need stronger glasses than what I'm wearing. It's a 2822 2300 kV. 2822. There you go. So that was another fun little thing. This thing's actually a hoot. It does a short course really well, and it would run forever on a 500 milliamp battery. That's that. So enough of show and tell of other challenges. Both the challenge, with the rigger and then the single step, required the builder to build something that would either look like this or look like that. Not exactly, but similar. And those never really caught on. People had a whole lot of fun just knocking about with their own equipment, laying out buoys and just, timing a course. So we'll do that again. Maybe I'll make it a yearly thing. The Dr. Jet's yearly Labor Day 2S challenge. However, if I keep making it a 2S challenge, what'll happen is somebody will purpose build a boat, and its only purpose will be to go around two buoys 100 feet apart as fast as possible. And, so the competition could get really tough down the line. So what do you think? Should I change the rules every year? Maybe make it 3S next year and, make you tow balloons behind it or something. Although, what I really wanted to do, and I haven't found a way to do it really well, but maybe balloons could be involved with combat. Now, they already have a form of combat where guys build these warships and they make the sides out of 30-second balsa, and then they shoot BBs at each other and sink each other. And they do this in swimming pools so they can go get their sunken boats and go back and repair them. So I'm thinking more of the physical combat, like we used to do on the slope with foamy gliders, just try to knock each other out of the sky. So I'm wondering what would work for a boat, and EPP foam comes to mind, but what could you make with EPP foam that would be fun to drive and fun to smash into other people? That could be a good challenge, but it would require at least 3 boats in the water at the same time. Some of you, myself included, don't have that luxury. We'll just have to see. Until next time, boys and girls, jet out.